Welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on our 2016 Honda Civic Touring. It's a 10th generation model. We need to change out our old crappy steering wheel. As you can see, the leather is peeling off on it. It just looks really bad. We've been using a steering wheel cover this whole time, but I don't like how it feels. It's too thick. So what we're gonna do is upgrade to a nice steering wheel with hydro-dipped carbon fiber leather, perforated leather, and a flat bottom. So this is going to go right over here. We're just going to we're going to reuse the airbag and the buttons and all the trim and put it on here. First thing we need to do is unplug the battery because we don't want the airbag popping off. So it's a 10mm socket. Go ahead and undo the negative portion of the battery. So over here on the back side of the steering wheel is a T30 bolt. There's two of them, one on each side. Let's go ahead and undo that. Okay, so these are the two T30 bolts out. They had green Loctite on them. Now with those two bolts off, you can pry out the airbag. As soon as you bring this out, there's going to be two connectors that you have to undo to take it fully out. So let's do that real quick. So this ground cable here, you need to get a pick tool and just push down on one of the tabs on the top. When you do that, you depress the tab and then you can pull this out. And one more time. There you go, and that just comes right up. Okay, so to get these wires out, you want to take these two white tabs and pull up at the same time. So I got this one out already. Same thing. Two white tabs on the side, push up and pry them out. There you go. When you do that, it's gonna start to pop out, so just be a little careful there. So with these wires out, what you wanna do is take out this white wire here. I'll show it to you. So it's this tab right over here. Push that and then pull out. Now we have one more wire to go. It's this one right over here, this black one. It's a Phillips head screwdriver. Just undo that and then you can take this ground wire out. Here's the black screw, the Phillips screw that was holding that ground cable. Let's go ahead and take the ground cable out right there. So now we are ready to undo the center bolt right here. This center bolt is a 10mm hex, so let's go ahead and take that out. You can also mark the alignment of it now, but I pretty much made sure that the whole entire steering wheel is as straight as I can get it. I'm going to use my 10mm hex connected to an impact wrench so that we can do this without having to counter hold the steering wheel. Okay, so take your Sharpie tool and mark the inside at the top. This is going to be your center line. You just want to mark it so that you know where your center is, and then that's going to be where we line it up to. This is the old steering wheel off. Now we need to transfer the old trim, the buttons and the trim. So let's go do that next. So it's time to take out these 4 Phillips head screws right over here on each corner. You take these out and then we can start prying the trim off. Next thing to do is to pry off this back cover piece. When you have those screws off, it comes off really easily. The wires are kind of fixed to these little sections here of the trim. So pry out the wires and you got the old plastic cover out. Now we need to undo this side of the connector. Push the tab and then pull the connector out. There's one side. Same thing on the other. Next thing you want to do is slowly start prying this silver trim, outer trim piece out. So start just pulling on the edges here gently because it is plastic and you don't want to break any of the tabs. Just pulling these slowly out. So there's two tabs here on the inside that connect it to the buttons that you need to get out. Same thing on this side over here, just gently pry it out. And this is the silver trim piece off now. Take the screwdriver, kind of place it or wedge it in between here. And then once you have it wedged in between here, you can start to slowly pry it like that so you can get the piece off here. Just like that. So it's this piece right here that you're trying to pry off. without breaking it. So for the buttons, take your pry tool, your screwdriver, whatever, and just sneak it from behind and then pry outward with even pressure so you don't snap anything. And this piece will come out here. These are the 3 prongs that hold it in. Okay, I got that side out right here. Now I just got to do one more here. And it's out without breaking any clips. Again, just take your time and just pry evenly. You're trying to pry right here in the center. So you're not prying here or here or here, just right on the center. So this is the steering wheel without anything on it. It's just a skeleton now. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer everything over to the new wheel, and hopefully it's easier to put them on than to take them off. So these are the 2 compared without any trim pieces on them. It's just the shell or the skeleton underneath. And you can see this is a lot better quality. Flat bottom, carbon fiber. It's just hydro-dip carbon fiber, but it looks realistic to me. I like the red accent up top and the leather perforated steering wheel here. Really, overall, a much better product than this one over here, which the steering wheel already faded. So this one is being a little stubborn, so we put a little bit of grease on each of these nubs here. And then let's try and push it in again and see if we get lucky. There we go. Got them in. The grease definitely helps pop those nubs into each of their holes. Push all the way around until they all click in. So for the bottom trim piece, I put some grease on this bottom nub here in the center. And it's in. Confirm it on the other side to make sure that you're through, and we are. Okay, let's plug in the cords. Blue on the other side. Go ahead and start lining up your back cover piece where it needs to. Once you've got the back piece on, now it's time to put those Phillips screws in the front. Okay, so the trim is all back on where it needs to. Now we can go ahead and put the new steering wheel on in the car. And then line up your clock spring. Okay, so you can see our lined marker in the center there, and it's lining up with the red stripe on top. So that's how you know that your steering wheel is straight. Let's go ahead and put our small ground wire back in place here. Okay, so we've got our ground cable in with that small Phillips screw. Next thing you want to do is plug in your white cable right here. It goes into the clock spring in the center. Once that's in place, we gotta get the airbags back on. So here's the airbag. Remember, we had one cable that went to here and then 2 that went here. And they are color coded. Gray goes to gray and green goes to green. I almost forgot about this bolt. Make sure you put this bolt back on, or else you'll be able to pull your steering wheel off while you drive. So this is the 10mm hex. Give it a wiggle test. It won't come off. We're good to go. Once the airbag's in position, go ahead and put those 2 T30 screws on the sides and you're done. All right, let's give it a feel here. Wow, it feels amazing in the hand. This is what a true steering wheel feels like. And this is a lot better steering wheel than the one we have on the M3. It just feels like a nice luxury car at this point. Compared to this crappy one here, yeah, I really love how this looks. Now I just gotta clean this trim because the trim is all faded and dirty, so we'll clean that up, and then we gotta plug the battery back in, and then we'll take it for a drive. Okay, so we are on the road now. I'm just making sure that the steering wheel is tracking straight, which it is, so I'm glad I don't have to take it off again and readjust it. Overall, it feels amazing. I love the cutouts here for your thumb. It feels really good to hold in your natural driving position, and the leather feels really nice. It's really grippy up top over here. The quality and looks is much better than OEM. I think it's well worth the price, and it's a great upgrade because you always use your steering wheel all the time when you touch the car and you drive the car, so might as well get the most bang for your buck, and the price of this is just absolute steal. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this kind of content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good afternoon.